Bitch, I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back.
Hey guys, what's up? How are you doing today? Welcome back. It's your guy Igor here. Today I want to talk about driving for Uber and making good money. And I'll be answering some of your questions, guys, about Uber that I have people asking me on my website and on this channel all the time. Uber professor, man, you never answer your phone. I called you, I don't feel the love. Called you many times, texted you many times. Even on your live stream when you said text me, I did. Never get back. Man, I don't feel the love. Alright, let's do some walk and talk here. Because it's finally nice weather in Canada. Finally, I got my cap here and it's nice. It's not snowing. The flowers are like, look at those flowers. Everything, the birds singing. Beautiful. Finally beautiful weather for Canada. We start talking a lot about making money with Uber. Let me start by answering some of the questions that I get asked all the time. Question number one, can Uber sponsor me to come to Canada? So if you're like one of the guys who is driving for Uber in a third world country and you're wanting to come to the States or Canada, Australia, you know, you want to go and drive for Uber, unfortunately Uber doesn't sponsor anyone. And it's because you're not an employee. You're a self-employed contractor. So they're not going to get the visa, they're not going to pay money for it, they're not going to employ you as a driver. You can apply to their corporate office and maybe they'll hire you. I don't know, I'm not Uber, but as a driver, not happening. Are you ready? The most interesting question, guys. Many of you are asking, Igor, can I work more than 20 hours as an international student driving for Uber? The answer is simple. It's not allowed to work full-time. Just think about this way. Do people do that? Probably they do. Is there a way to track it? I don't know. All I do know is that you may get deported from the country. I don't know what the consequences are because it's not legal. It can get you in lots of trouble, and I'm not going to ever recommend anyone because, you know what, seriously guys, if your dream is to stay in Canada and live here, you have to obey the laws here and respect them too. So look at this. Look at the scenery here. Finally, I showed you so many videos where it's like snow, the birds here, you know, birds, trees. There's aduvanchiki, I don't know how they call it in English. Those yellowy things are really beautiful. They become white and annoying later on during the summer period. But whoo, I want to buy a house somewhere in this area, but I'm pretty sure they're freaking expensive. Guys, I also want to remind you, don't forget, there are links in the description of this video for Uber. If you're planning to drive, you might as well take your referral bonus. Because you use that link, you get a guaranteed paid out amount. It changes all the time, so I can tell you right now how much it is. But Uber is going to definitely pay you something. So make sure if you're registered, go through that link, check the information, give it to Uber, and you're going to support this channel, and plus you're going to get some referral bonus. Guys, I also have people asking me, Igor, you're working in oil and gas right now, right? You're probably making decent money, and are you still driving for Uber? If you're driving for Uber, why are you driving for Uber if you're working in oil and gas? I'll tell you this, I still am driving for Uber, even though I make less money driving for Uber than my full-time job right now. That's why I'm only doing it part-time. That's the reason, that's the only reason why I'm doing it part-time right now. The taxes here are huge, so if you are like self-employed, I'm telling you right now, I got a good accountant now. My accountant written off so many taxes according to the legislation, according to the books, in such a way that I didn't have to pay much at all. You get a good accountant, you're self-employed, don't worry too much about taxes. You actually pay less taxes for being self-employed than working for somebody else. And I want to show you how peaceful and how beautiful this place is. I don't know where the birds are, but I can hear them. There's no people. There's one person somewhere there. And that's it. This is like perfect serenity. It's just amazing, guys, how quiet, how peaceful it is. This house is behind me. I'm right now trying to buy a house, okay? I'm looking around. But the thing is, like a decent house in the Calgary right now, even the prices went down and everything, it's like $500,000. Those were the times when I was making $35 per hour driving for Uber. But it's a little bit changing slowly. It's more difficult to get that kind of amount. They changed the algorithm, okay? I used to cheat the system by finding a position where I want to stay, by going to a neighborhood. But now Uber changed everything. So if you are like going to a position where you don't get any calls for an hour or so, but you're still online, you go to have other position where there are riders, and even if you're the furthest away driver for everyone else, they're going to call you because they're trying to balance everyone, all the drivers. There's a kind of an analytic, there's kind of an algorithm, just like on YouTube, for Uber, for drivers, for riders, which they don't disclose, but we drivers, we do know it's there. So if you were far away but you didn't get any calls and other people just had a couple of customers, and they're like they might be right next to the customer and you might be 5 blocks away, they are going to still get the call. So don't worry about it. With this system, guys, it actually works pretty well. If you're working far away, like I used to work out of town, so there are no Uber requests whatsoever in that area. I would turn it on and I would drive to Calgary, the city where I live, towards my home, and I'll be like for half an hour on the line, not getting any requests. And as soon as I reach Calgary, it's like bang, bang, bang. In reality, I just drive my regular route to go home to, you know, from my workplace. And because I worked in such a location where there's like no residential people, it's just warehouses, you can even get there without a car, without a vehicle, truck, whatever. So I use it to my advantage. There's always a life hack to their algorithm, to the system, and they're actually not breaking any laws, right? It's not your problem that that area doesn't have requests. You still can drive as an Uber driver there. There might be a customer that needs an Uber, so you're not breaking any community guidelines and you're not really working through that hours, but you're just donating those hours, you know, that time to get more calls with waiting less. And also, guys, to answer a question, how much money did I make on my best week driving for Uber? I think it was about 1,800 Canadian dollars. It was my best ever week, and that's the maximum amount of money that I ever made with Uber. I don't know if I can repeat that right now. I did it once. It's difficult. It's really difficult to get that amount. Some people who are claiming they make $2,000 driving for Uber a week. So hard to believe. So hard to believe. I don't buy that. Fluffy dogs are trying to eat me, guys. Fluffy dogs. You know, I'm very scared. If they come to me, I'm going to just say something. With Russian accent, I'll say northeast with you and потанцуем. I don't know, dogs here are nice, just like people. Guys, I want to also say that another reason why I'm driving right now, you know, doing YouTube driving, I'm also making a little bit of money now with YouTube. You know, my channel is monetized, but I'll tell you this, everything matters. That $200 that you can make driving for Uber on a weekend, it does add up. It does add up. You are planning to take a vacation, you are saving up money for a down payment, you know, for something. It does add up altogether, and it really helps. Even if you're doing it part-time. And taxes, everything, well, you put insurance that you're paying next. You put your, for example, my car that I'm driving is also on, what's it called, lease. You can actually write it off as an expense if it's on lease. I don't know how it's on finance, but I know about leases. That's what my accountant said. My accountant is way smarter than me. I don't know all those things, which they know. I just have ideas, but they know what they can do. And if you get a good accountant, you know, what you make part-time driving for Uber, you can probably write off more than you actually make. So you got to keep that money. Igor, you drive for Uber and you never show it. Why don't you just record a video while you're driving for Uber like many other drivers do? Well, there was one YouTuber who just lost his Uber job because of that. And the reason is it's against community guidelines to record people in your car. Well, it's kind of a gray area because legally you're allowed to. After all, it's your own property. You are driving for Uber. You're sitting in an Uber car. It's the driver's car. It does not belong to Uber. Uber is like your phone application. You know, if the driver doesn't want you in his car, get out. I'm just joking with you guys. All I'm saying is, well, I'm serious. It's the driver's property. But we do, lots of drivers do, and majority of the drivers do that for our safety, because we don't want the, you know, allegation of our customers to drop on us, you know, when they're lying about you, for example, driving drunk or reckless driving or whatever can get you kicked out from Uber. You know, those complaints from people. You need to have a video proof. And plus, for your safety, you don't know if they're going to rob you. People are less likely to do stupid things if there's a camera in your car. That's why we keep it there. And I have a couple of videos that would be probably viral ones, but I can't upload them just because I don't want to lose that income from Uber and, you know, opportunity to work there just because of those couple of videos. Alrighty then, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me on this ride. You know, even though it was a walk, I did drive my car because you guys were complaining, Igor, you drive and you record videos, that's unsafe. I'm walking, okay? And there is no one in front of me, I can bump into anyone even. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video, because I don't make that much Uber videos anymore. So smash the like button, check the links in the description, and get ready for more stuff. I'm planning to do some news reviews for Canada and a little bit of some surprises I have hidden for you in future videos that are not exactly even related to Uber. And of course, I'm here to answer your Uber questions if you have. I don't make one video in a while, you know, I haven't do it. I'm still driving, still a nice job. See you next video, guys. Bye for now.